Welcome to My 8 Bits. This is my review of Sonic Colors for the Wii. After the callback to the classics that was Sonic 4, Sega takes another whack at innovation with Sonic Colors. After years of disappointment, it seems that Sega has finally made a game worthy of being called a 3D Sonic game. For all you skeptics out there, drop your guard and put the Sonic cycle away. A good 3D Sonic game has finally come. The story of Sonic Colors is comparable to the plot of a Saturday morning cartoon. Sonic and Tails investigate an orbital amusement park that Dr. Robotnik has built, and they have to stop his evil plan that involves the kidnapping of little aliens called Wisps. There are no twists, no turns, and it never takes itself seriously, but it's never offensively immature. The script of the game is very well written, and even the older crowd will get a laugh from some of the game's wittier moments. The voice cast has also changed, and it is a huge improvement from the old one. Sonic finally has a voice that suits his mascot with attitude style without being obnoxious, and Tails' balls finally dropped and he doesn't sound like a girl, but a young boy. The only voice that hasn't changed is Eggman's, but his voice actor was already the best in the series. The only voice that gets annoying is one of Eggman's robots, and the game uses it as a gag, but it still gets grating. The presentation of the game is fantastic. Sega has a knack for making some of the most beautiful graphics on the Wii. All the different planets are bright and have plenty of personality. The game looks as fast as it feels, and the game is amazing to watch in motion. And the soundtrack may be even better. Following in the style of Sonic Unleashed, Sonic Colors gives every planet its own distinctive track that matches perfectly with the theme of the world. Every music track is better than the last, and they are a pleasure to listen to both in and out of playing the game. However, the vocal tracks suck. Luckily, you hardly have to listen to them. But this is all superficial. What matters is the gameplay, and Sonic Colors makes the grade with flying colors. There are initially 44 levels in the game, 6 main levels and 1 boss fight per every standard planet, while the final world has 1 level and a boss. There are a couple of bland or annoying levels in the game, but none of them are really that bad. For the most part, all the levels in the game are amazing. They have a great balance between 2D side-scrolling and 3D racing. The game knows which does which better, so you'll spend most of your time in 2D jumping around, while spending most of your time in 3D running fast, drifting, grinding rails, and using your homing attack to reach higher platforms. Transitions are seamless, and you'll never feel like the game skipped a beat. The bosses, on the other hand, aren't that pleasurable. Besides the final boss, there are only 3 boss types, and you'll fight each twice throughout the game. When not short and pitifully easy, the bosses are long and tedious, and the fact that you have to do them twice only twists the prick in the wound. In each regular level, there are 5 red rings to be collected if you choose to do so. There are 180 in total, and while you'll have to run into maybe half of them as you play through the story, the rest you will have to hunt down afterwards. Finding them can be as simple as just going back and exploring a new path with a new power-up, or be a long and tedious scavenger hunt for the proverbial needle in the haystack. The reward is worth it, as collecting all 180 unlocks 21 more levels that are each as much as a joy to play as the others, and beating all of those unlocks something incredible. The controls have also gone through a big improvement, but I have to recommend either using a classic or GameCube controller. 2D controls as well as the Genesis classics, while the 3D controls are loose enough where turning won't send you into the nearest wall, but tight enough where you won't go flying off the levels. Sega was smart and took refuge in making many of the 3D parts with guardrails on the sides and not many pits to fall in, but it still never feels like you would anyway. The jumping is floaty enough where you have plenty of time to cross a gap, but never feel like you lose control of Sonic. The biggest addition to the formula are the alien wisps that act as power-ups. There are 7 in total, and you unlock them as you go through the story. Beat the level where they make their debut, and they will appear in every level that uses them for the rest of the game. This formula makes it where the game can slowly introduce new ideas, while still making sure you use the old ones. Not all wisps are created equal, however, and some of the controls for the power-ups are finicky at best. For example, even after 100%ing the game, I still can't get the laser power-up to fire when I want it to every time. Just plowing through the game's story takes 4 or 5 hours depending on individual skill level, but collecting all 180 rings and beating all the extra stages can easily double that. Keep in mind that you will want to replay some of these levels again and again just for the fun of it, and Sonic Colors' amusement park is definitely worth the price of admission. After over a decade of disappointment after disappointment, Sega has managed to make not only a decent, but an excellent 3D Sonic game. This one game won't place the universally loved mascot onto his podium, but if Sega learns and builds from what they have started in this game, I won't be surprised to hear the Mario vs. Sonic debate starting up once again. Sonic Colors for the Wii gets an 8 out of 10.